Where did I push? So silly. When we play local league table tennis, it's very common to get a weak push. In theory, this should be an easy ball to attack. But how often do we see players get a bit scared and instead of attacking, they push the ball back again and it goes back even higher? Not good. So let's look at how we should deal with the weak push. This video is sponsored by Brybar Table Tennis. If you need any table tennis equipment, bats, balls, rubbers, blades, clothing, then Brybar Table Tennis is the company to go to. They deliver worldwide and they deliver quickly. Go to brybartt.co.uk to find out more. There is a big difference between a high quality push, which has lots of backspin, and a bit of a rubbish push, which doesn't have much backspin at all. Now, what should we do with this weak push? Well, firstly, don't do this. If you receive a weak push and you push the ball back, your push will most probably also go back a little bit high to your opponent, and now your opponent has the opportunity to attack first. What about if I do a controlled attack? My opponent gives me a weak push and I just roll the ball back on. This is more positive than a push, but again, it's not really strong enough. I had my chance, I didn't take it, I lose the point. If you get a weak push, you need to attack more aggressively. A weak push is normally a little high and there's not much spin. It's not a difficult ball to attack. So, as before, Ferenc is giving me a weak push. I don't push back, hooray! I don't play a cautious attack, hooray! This time I attack more aggressively and I'm able to win the point. How aggressive do you need to be? Well, in these examples, I'm probably playing at 70%, 80% power, and it's good enough to win the point. But there is scope to be even more aggressive. Let's look at Ferenc really killing this weak push. As the push is high and not much spin, he is playing very direct. There's no need for Ferenc to play with a high arc top spin. He's kind of hitting through the ball more. Yes, there is some top spin, but also plenty of hit. It's what we might call a top spin drive. You know, as it's a weak push, there isn't much backspin to counter. So you can really power through the ball. When you're attacking those weak pushes, what are you trying to do? What point of the bounce are you trying to hit it? How much are you trying to spin it? How much are you trying to flat hit it? Because there's still some backspin on the push, but obviously there's not much backspin and it's sitting up. What's your approach?
Well, I try to put quite a lot of power in it, so at least 80% of my maximum power, 80-90%, which is always much harder than my regular top spins. And I try to combine it with heavy spin and good ball placement, because if I miss any of those extra qualities, then it's a bit less effective. So I'm seeking a peak point contact of all the top spins. For me, it's a bit easier for the backhand to let it come up because it needs shorter preparation time. Sometimes when I make all the rotation and the realignment of my feet on the forehand, I try to make sure the ball doesn't drop too deep. Yeah. So I try to force myself to take it at the peak point. If I see there's a tendency that the push is always weak and then always pops up, then I just try to foresee that coming. If there's no effort making a heavier, deeper push, then I try to adjust my expectations on the returns.
So the next time you get a weak push, what are you going to do? Are you going to push the ball back? No. Are you going to roll the ball on? No. Are you going to attack much more positively? Yes, yes, and yes. I want to see lots of comments about how you are having success attacking the weak push. Don't let me down. If you like this video and want more coaching tips, please join my online academy. You'll get in-depth courses, training drills, video analysis, real-life coaching sessions, and much more. Sign up at tomsttacademy.com.